Hi guys, welcome to day 158. Yes, I'm perched on the floor today. I'm having a bad knee day. I've probably mentioned to you guys a bunch of times, but I can't remember what I've told you guys and what I haven't a lot of the time because it gets hard to keep track. But for those who don't know anyway, I've disintegrating cartilage in my knees. One's usually worse than the other. And obviously when one's bad, I'm putting pressure on the other one, which is making that one bad, and it's just a whole thing. That I could do without really, but one must push forward, and it's not ideal when you need to be out and about on your knees and whatever with the kids and the jumping and this, that and the other. But just that, it's a minor complaint. I'm used to it now. So yeah, today's more of a continuation of yesterday in terms of moods and whatever else. Charlie's not been in a particularly bad mood, but, thankfully we've had no meltdowns, we've just had tantrums, and as you guys know, there's a big difference there. The tantrums I can deal with. The problem is the sort of tag teaming each other at the minute. Charlie have his tantrum, and then boom, Poppy will have his tantrum, her tantrum, and they're just taking turns, so there's not really any break there. And the difficult thing we're having at the minute, especially today, is our internet. For those of you, I know a lot of people think the internet is a luxury. It's not essential. Which obviously, it's not. But when you have autistic children, I would say it's pretty essential. It's a lifesaver, That sounds like I bottle it and just put the kids in front of the TV. I don't mean it how it sounds, but when all else fails, there's always Mickey Mouse and this, that and the other. And what happened was, our talk internet got switched off midnight last night, and our Sky one gets switched on today. But it can be any time up until midnight today it gets switched on, so we're sort of, normally we could say to Poppy, oh, you watch this and Charlie can watch that on the telly. Doesn't work quite like that when you haven't got the internet to, Poppy will sit on YouTube or whatever. So that's been a bit harder than usual, and a bit more difficult than what it really needs to be. Again, I don't bottle it, I know internet's not something everyone has access to, but it's something you certainly become accustomed to in your day-to-day lifestyle. Personally, I'm not bothered other than wanting to get these videos up. Amy's not too fussed, but yeah, it's definitely makes life a lot easier for the kids, and it keeps moods a bit more elevated when all else fails, so hopefully that'll be switched on soon. But yeah, I don't know why I'm I'm surprised, to be honest. I was moaning yesterday, it was a stressful day, and I'm moaning today, but a stressful day. But it's just completely what I've come to expect. I said at the start of the week, it's a good start, but it'll probably all go downhill on Wednesday. And it did, and it continues to go downhill. Maybe not downhill's the right word, but certainly not as comfortable as the start of the week's been in terms of smoothness and how things have gone. But as I say, I just completely expect it, so I don't know why I always sound shocked and surprised. And, at time it is stressful, but it's definitely something I've come to expect, and I know exactly how Charlie works now. But on the flip side, I don't know anything about how he works. I can pretty much get his pattern and his routine down to a T perfectly. But like I said previous, it just takes one thing for me to overlook that would mean absolutely nothing to us, and that could disrupt Charlie for the rest of his day. I could be a minute out on something and we'd not even notice, Charlie would notice that. And that would, that'd be it for the rest of the day. So tightening things up a bit more, I need to be more alert on what I'm doing, I think, and be a bit more structured in the way we go about our days to reinforce, Charlie on these free flow days, even if he hasn't got any structure. Well, he'll have his dinner and lunch and whatever, that's to a structure. But between the free flows, if we can maybe do what we're doing a bit more to a structure, then he knows what to expect from us, and hopefully that might reinforce these free flow times in between the set times of things happen, if that makes sense. I don't think I explained that well, but I know what I mean. I find it difficult to explain things. But yeah, his mood's dipped up and down, up and down. I can't be specific because there's nothing really been specific set him off. Well, there is to him, but again, I don't know. But the clips on the end as always. And a couple of people asked me, like I've answered this before, but I know some of you guys are new. They always say, you're trying to give a full insight into autism. Why don't you show Charlie ever having meltdowns and things like that? Just quickly answer. First of all, I have shown Charlie do meltdowns in a couple of episodes in the past, in a few actually. The reason I don't show meltdowns as much is as much as we're giving a true insight, we also want people to watch these videos and be happy about autism and know that there's more happy times than sad. But again, I want it to be true to life, how things happen. So I will tell you about the negative things, and I will even show Charlie having a meltdown if I feel it's necessary. But I say Charlie has a meltdown, you guys automatically get what that means. You know what that means. For his own dignity, I don't need to show Charlie kicking and screaming and things like that. I have done in the past, but I don't need to keep showing it, I don't think, because I don't want him to look back in the future at these videos. Yes, I want him to learn from them and know that something upset him or he was having a particular meltdown that day, but I don't want every video to him be just in full meltdown mode, because I don't think that's fair to him. I want him to look at these videos and think, wow, I know I had my problems, but I really, really, really had some happy times. Because I know people watch these videos and they use it for resource and things like that, which is fab. But the person who's going to benefit hopefully most out of these videos is Charlie when he gets older. So primarily I have to drive it that way, otherwise the whole thing would be pointless. Well, not pointless because I know we're helping other people, but it wouldn't benefit Charlie to the point I want it to. And lastly, another factor that comes into play is, Charlie's having a meltdown. Like I mentioned previous, the last thing that pops into my head is let's grab a camera and record him doing this. I need to get Charlie safe. I need to make sure Poppy's safe and he's not hurting himself or anyone else. I need to calm him down. Even if Amy's in the room, it's not always as simple as just one-on-one, because we have two children and Poppy gets very concerned. She's coming over looking, is Charlie okay? Because she's curious. So sometimes it's a case of Amy has to grab Poppy and I have to calm Charlie down, or vice versa. So it's not as straightforward as just grabbing the camera when Charlie has a meltdown and hoping that we get some good footage, I've always said I will record things as they happen if I'm able to. I never ever get Charlie to... I never fabricate anything you see. That's why a lot of them are repetitive. Charlie likes his repetition, that works for him. And so a lot of the videos and clips you'll see are going to look the same from, day in, day out. But you want true to life autism, and that's exactly what it is. There is the repetition constantly, but there's also them flare-ups in between, which I've told you, I tell you guys about, but I don't always show them, like I said, for the points, because I don't think it's fair on Charlie. I'm already broadcasting him all over the internet and in papers and news, radio, TV and stuff. So I have to think of him as well. He's doing an amazing thing, he's changing the world and he's not even aware of it yet. But he will be, and I don't want him to look back and think, wow, was this me? Because I don't want to upset him, and I don't want to pull back any progress he may make in the future. but if I deem it necessary to that particular day, or you know, a really valid point that I think people could learn from and experience from, then I will show Charlie having a meltdown if it's for, you know, if it's going to benefit a greater good, if you like. Because I think the more people who's educated on autism, obviously, the better. And I know as Charlie gets older and he becomes more aware of what he's involved in, I'm hoping, you know, I'm hoping he'll take it in his stride and he'll look back and use these videos to see how he's progressed in himself. And I want to really focus on the positive steps he's taken, not so much on the negative, because there's too much negativity around autism. There's like a big cloud that surrounds it. You know, like you mentioned autism, people run a mile, and we, you know, really want to change that. So I'm going to stop rambling anyway, guys, and shoot off for today. But the clips are on the end, as always. Thanks for listening to me ramble. I need to get that off my chest, but I wasn't having a go at anyone, you know, at all. Just, we get asked that question like lots of times. So I just wanted to clear that up, and hope it did. As always, guys, take care. Thanks for watching. Let silent words be heard.